this guy. He is tall, lean, huge muscle mass. That is a big middleweight.
Yeah, and as you know, Ian, you hydrate up after you cut that weight, and he's a big boy in there.
Yeah, the wrestler, he needs to get under him. He needs to get under that. Sometimes the height advantage helps you get under, but he has to watch out for those big knees.
Dalen's got one thing going for him. You've already seen him throw at that front kick.
He needs to be a little better at targeting with that rear leg of his. I'm talking about Dalen, because with the open stance, it's very easy to hit the illegal green strike when you're throwing that back leg.
Absolutely.
And not only that, the right hand as well.
Dalen's trying to find that range. And, Ian, that's the tough thing when you have such a height difference, finding that range early in the fight where you can be effective.
Yeah, I know almost every guy I've fought in the UFC is taller than me, so it's something you have to train against. You got to find those taller guys in the gym, and you have to adapt to that style.
Yeah, Dalen went down just a moment ago.
I think it looked like a slip as he caught that head kick.
Yeah, not official drop. Ooh.
Monte was going for those legs as well last time out.
He got tagged with a good right hand.
I really like how Monte said in his fighter interviews that his style turns strikers into wrestlers. But what we're seeing right now is a pretty good kickboxing fight.
Absolutely, as you just saw that leg kick. His last fight, he got a knockout 429 in the first round, so he's coming off that victory. And also, Dalen had a TKO in his. So both these guys off successful first round wins.
If I was Dalen here, I would be kind of looking to set up the takedown. Obviously, yes, you're doing great on the feet, but you're going against a kickboxing champ. So you want to go where they are least comfortable, and I think that's the ground for him.
Absolutely. And Morrison right now, as you watch him, looks like he's fluid, smooth, using very little energy.
Yeah, you're seeing Monte kind of come in his own. He's finding his swag. He's bouncing, he's moving, and that could be dangerous for Dalen.
I think it's clear his kickboxing experience, his amateur experience, I feel like is really showing so far. And I wonder for Dalen, did that layoff affect his conditioning? Because you know it takes a special level of conditioning to be able to get into a cage for 3 5-minute rounds. And I'm curious to see if having so much time off, if he's forgotten or if he remembered and really put in that work.
And as you said earlier, having time off in periods is good as long as it's not too much time. Again, Dalen trying to find that zone of where he can connect, and Monte doing a great job. Just a little counter left there as Dalen was approaching in.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Dalen, though, like, do you have ring rust? I think ring rust is mental. You know, obviously I'm getting ready to fight at the end of this year. That's mental to me. I'm going to push through that, and for me, I'm going to get back in there and fight just like I've been fighting. But obviously, the activity does help. And Dalen's no slouch. Like, he's standing here and having good exchanges with a kickboxing champion.
Yeah, he took a good right hand. It was a double right, took another one, then a knee. The Python's got Zach Dalen up against the cage, and he's landed both at range, and now he's in close.
You see Dalen framing. That's a great job. He's doing the frame. He needs to work his back off the cage now.
I'm curious to see if, because Morrison does have such a substantial amount of kickboxing experience, does he have the Muay Thai? Was it kickboxing? Was it Muay Thai? Does he have the clinch? Does he have the elbows? Does he have the knees? Because if he does, this positioning right here, there was a beautiful knee to the liver. It's a beautiful position to start utilizing those short-range weapons.
Yeah, Dalen right now, with the minute 35 left in this opening round, a punch to the solar plexus there, because every time Morrison is keeping busy, once Dalen tries to go away and tries to get the back off his cage.
Yeah, I feel elbows are so underutilized, especially in the clinch. That's why I went out to Thailand to train out there for a while. I was actually going to move out there before COVID, but elbows can be such a dangerous key weapon in an MMA fight.
Buck 10 left in this opening round, so far controlled by Monte, Ogbonna-Morrison, the Python. Zach Dalen with the knee of his own.
See, he needs to bump. The Python needs to bump and throw a knee. He has to clear space so he can throw that knee. Okay, right here. See, right here, push off, drop the elbow. Nice knee, though.
Nice knee.
He is doing a good job of getting his hips back so that he can get those knees in. But honestly, watching these guys clinch against the fence, you can see there's a pretty significant size difference between the two.
Yeah, and you just saw Morrison with the uppercut work that into his routine. That's the first good uppercut I've seen in this round.
Yeah, and when they hang on each other on the cage, people don't realize that's exhausting. That gets really tiring. That's just as exhausting as grappling. Ooh, nice teeth.
Yeah. That front kick by Dalen set Monte off balance a little bit as he was coming in. And then Dalen now with the leg kick.
feel like Dalen's gaining a little bit of momentum right here. Go ahead.
Sorry, he has been doing a beautiful job of hitting those leg kicks. And as we all know, you know, when someone is a good striker, when someone does have a lot of movement, the way to take that away and to take the power away is to slow down their mobility. Leg kicks are a perfect example of that.
Well, turning side kick and a big right hand by Morrison to end that opening round. And it looked like he controlled most of that round, and I would give him that opening round.
Especially with the cage work, I think that really solidified that round for Morrison. But we're not judges, who knows?
Absolutely. Take a look at the replay, Jesse, and the work that he did early. We felt that was a slip.
Yeah, so it was a beautiful head kick. However, we did see Dalen block it, and I do believe that he slipped at the same time. A lot of this round was spent with Morrison pushing Dalen up against the fence. You know, I do believe that Dalen could have done a better job trying to get his back off the fence. But Morrison is a beast. He's massive. He's very athletic. Dalen did a great job of using his push kicks, using his leg kicks to try to get a little bit of that reach away from Morrison.
And you know, it's fighting at middleweight. Some guys hydrate up 10, 11 pounds. Some will bump up 20 pounds. It just depends who it is.
Or 25. You know, Dalen's doing such a good job with the leg kicks. Now he needs to use those kicks to set up big shots with the hands.
Yeah, and I'm interested in what Jesse pointed out. What kind of gas tank does Dalen have?
You know, everyone's always tired when the second round starts.
Seriously.
Dalen is wearing a little bit of it on his face. However, I do know athletes that look tired and exhausted from the very first minute of the first round. So I don't know if he's one of those athletes or if maybe that clinch work against the fence did take a little bit of the gas away from him. He is doing a great job still setting those kicks and still keeping active.
Yeah, he did an effective job blocking early with Morrison now putting the pressure on with the left-right combination and has Dalen backed up against the fence, then throws an elbow.
And Monte's not doing a great job using his length. He should be staying on that jab, popping him, keeping him at range. He's kind of rushing in, and I would capitalize on a tall guy who doesn't use his length. I would throw a big uppercut, timing him coming in. Nice check.
Yeah, good point on the check.
It looks like a lot of Morrison's low kicks are going straight to the shin, which scares the hell out of me. We have seen in bigger shows so many shin breaks based on either a knee check or kicking shin to shin. So I wonder, obviously he's had a lot of kickboxing fights. He might have done a lot of shin conditioning, but that still hurts no matter how much you've done.
Yeah, listen, you got an immovable object coming at you and your shin only has one way to go. A left-right combination by Morrison. Rock Dalen. Now Dalen trying to push back up against the cage, and Morrison switches position on him, and now has head control as well.
Now you see how Monte darted in again. He needs to use his length. He needs to stay long, pop that jab, make him slip. But he's doing a great job of utilizing the cage and being a bully in there and just pushing Dalen against the cage and just wearing him down.
And the one thing about it, you're wondering about Dalen. If there's any question on his toughness, we're finding that out because he's wearing something.
He definitely has eaten quite a few big knees to the body.
Nice knee to the face.
But they're both standing here in this clinch range, kneeing each other, which I really feel like Dalen needs to start using his energy to get off the fence instead of trying to engage so much.
Yeah, because Ogbonna-Morrison, when you take a look at how he chambers his leg, and he's able to get those knees up quickly and right in the kidney area.
See, you see his left hand, how it's around his head. He needs to go back to his frame, create some space. I mean, he's just sitting there willing to trade knees. This guy's tough, man.
Except when you're in this position with your back against the fence.
That rocked him.
Yeah, you talked about getting some space. As soon as he got some space, Morrison rocked him with that right elbow.
Yeah, but Dalen's right back on him.
Yep.
Yeah,
that turning kick landed by Dalen.
Dalen's tough, man, and I know Monte's his nickname is turning, his fighting style is turning wrestlers into strikers. Well, this guy's willing to strike with him, and it's been an exciting fight for us to watch.
Hey, Dalen just rocked him with that left hand. It gave him a little bit of confidence as we're now at the 2:15 mark of the second round.
But who knows? Maybe when he's on the cage, he's resting right here. Obviously, we're questioning about his conditioning. Maybe he's taking a breather because every time they break, he comes with the flurry.
That is very true. However, when you're judging a fight like this, which position looks like you're more dominant? You know, which position makes it look like you're winning, no matter how much you're striking with your back on the fence or whether you're resting or whatever it is you're trying to do. In the eyes of the judges, you still kind of look like you're behind.
Yeah, you're giving up that control. You're always you're not pressing forward like Morrison's done all fight long. Both exchanging in the pocket.
Wow.
Both left and rights. Yeah. Morrison measuring right now, flipping out that left jab and measure for that right hand right there.
Wow. But like you said, he does look a little bit gassed, so he might just not have the gas tank to move such a big person around, and he's kind of using that to breathe. But I completely agree, Jesse. He's definitely losing this fight in the judges' eyes.
Morrison right now, I think, is trying to pick his spots because he's trying to figure out, okay, what can I take this guy out with? There's another overhand right.
I'm not going to lie, Morrison looks a little bit tired as well.
Yeah.
You know, because he is just trying to line up that one big shot. And I wonder, when he was throwing combos and flurries earlier, maybe all this engagement in the clinch against the fence has also blown up his arms a little bit as well.
Yeah, well, this is an action-packed
Big,
fight.
right hand.
What a way
he
to start the night. Here we go. Huge action.
Yeah, caught him with 3 punches coming in. Dalen wisely tries to wrap him up with the cage.
What a fight to start the night. I mean, XMMA, the matchmaker Jordan, he has done such a great job with this fight. I can't emphasize enough on how good these matchups are, and the fans are in for a treat tonight.
You could really see Morrison's length when you look at that cage and how his arms wrap around Jesse.
Dalen's leaking out of his nose. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm just looking at the YouTube channel again. Remember, guys, I'm reading all of your comments. I appreciate everyone engaging so much. Morrison is in the green shorts. I believe there may have been a mix-up with the graphics. Morrison is the one in the green shorts.
And he's the one that's 6'3".
And he's the one that's
Yes.
6'3".
He's huge.
That too.
He's huge. The Python is a big man.
Morrison,
Wow, what a round.
Morrison had several punches in that round. Dalen's, listen, he's a survivor.
Not only is he a survivor, he is tough, man. He's leaking from his face. He's getting kneed, he's getting elbowed. But every time they break, he's flurrying in.
You know, we saw some really big combos in this round. You see, Morrison did a great job of keeping Dalen at range against the face, as well as utilizing that clinch. Dalen hit a beautiful left hand that made Morrison back up a little bit. But then towards the end of the round, we saw Dalen got tagged a lot. And I wonder, you know, why did Morrison engage in the clinch after that time? Because it looks like he rocks Dalen a little bit. And instead of keeping his range and continuing with striking, he engaged in the clinch, you know, and that could be reaction. I don't know if that's game plan, but he might have been able to finish it in that moment.
You need to watch Morrison here, though. He is not using his range. He's coming in too close. He's so long. If he kept him on the jab, straight punches, it would have more impact, and he wouldn't be in danger of getting that big overhand, that left hand that he caught.
And I think that's one of the reasons that may have him a little bit on his heels. But when you watch him get to the end of his punches and he's long, the power there is undeniable.
Absolutely. Watch how he darts in. Let's see if he does a little better at keeping his range.
You would think with so many striking fights, with such...
Oh, that's it. They're calling it right there.
Never mind.
Wow, that ref did a great job. He literally jumped on the back of Morrison. Amazing fight, guys. What a first fight of the night. Wow.
That last flurry, and I think Dalen hurt his knee as well.
Yeah, he's looking like he's holding his knee. He gave out a yell. He looks in a lot of pain right now. I'm not sure what's going on.
And it's got to be a break is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're hearing from people, the commission, that it looks like he might have broke his leg. That's so unfortunate. What a warrior. He put on such a great show tonight. I wish him a fast recovery.
Absolutely. And when you're looking at that type of pain, guys, listen, that you Jesse, you're going through it right now. You got surgery set. You've been there. Ian, you've been there before too. When you're in there and you lose a fight, that's one thing. When you're taken out and you have that long injury, it's a whole different road.
Yeah, you know, one of the last wins I had, I tore my ACL during that fight, you know, and sometimes we've seen a lot of people fight and end up gaining injuries like that during it or losing that way, you know. So it's such a shame to have such a long layoff, and now he's probably going to be out for a little bit longer. And that kind of makes me sad because he did such a great job tonight. You know, his striking looked amazing. He definitely could learn to get off the cage a little bit better, but when you're fighting someone as big as Morrison, sometimes you don't really have those options because Morrison clearly has a size advantage, a length advantage. You know, we're looking at the finish now, I believe. And Morrison's striking was just on
Now watch the
point.
leg, watch the leg. Oh, we can't see it with the camera view, but it looks like he folded on his leg and broke it. Oh, he broke it. I saw it.
And that all started when you got that combination going. Morrison hit a real good uppercut. It kind of started that in motion. The referee did a great job getting in there and stopping that fight. Listen, one of the things that you look at when you look at this fight and you look at outside the ring, how does he heal from this. He's got a 6-year-old daughter that he's very passionate about. Well, his daughter's going to have to wait on Dad a little bit, bring him some waters, bring him what he needs.
Yeah, it's so hard, man. Injuries are the worst part of the sport. I've been laid off for a year. Jesse, you obviously know you've been injured a few times in the game. It just comes with the sport. But you have to be able to mentally stay right, train whatever you can. Unfortunately for me, my last injury was a concussion. I had to get out of the gym for 3 months. Thank God I'm back feeling healthy again, back in the gym. But we wish him nothing but a speedy recovery, and my thoughts and prayers are for him and his family.
Look, he's standing back up. We've seen fighters with lesser injuries getting taken out of the cage on a stretcher.
Sean O'Malley.
What a beautiful effort. What a beautiful show of courage from Dalen after what looks like to be a pretty serious injury.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jimmy Neely calls a stop to this contest at 18 seconds of the third and final round, declaring your winner by knockout, Monte Python Ogbonna-Morrison.